Hello, everybody. Good to see you all again. Or actually, it should be good to see me. You're watching me. I don't see you. But either way, good to see you all again. Welcome back. What are we going to talk about today? I got two words: Stella Nova. That has been a popular combination of words lately for the last week or so here in Orlando. In case you've all been living out in the Rocky or Smoky Mountains with no internet, no cell phones, no nothing, that actually sounds kind of nice sometimes. Universal opened their newest hotel last Tuesday, the Stella Nova Hotel and Resort, which sits on the brand new Epic Universe theme park property. Technically, it's not a Universal hotel. It's a Loews Hotel that is on Universal property. But regardless, the new hotel opened up last Tuesday in the midst of some of the coldest weather we've seen in quite a while here. It was raining here, but it was snowing just a few miles north. And I will tell you, this hotel has been absolutely overrun with theme park vloggers. My goodness. It was almost overrun by myself because last week I thought, you know what? It's not that far from where I work. I could book a night there, and I could go from work to Stella Nova, stay the night, do a quick review, and then go back to work the next day. It's like maybe 2 or 3 miles away. And then I started looking through YouTube, and I thought, let me just see who all is reporting on this hotel at the moment. And oh my gosh, thousands of vlogs all uploaded in the last week regarding this hotel. And I said to myself, self, if you want to go out there right now and stay the night and just enjoy the hotel and not film it, well, you can do that. But it's crappy weather, and you're not going to really be able to take advantage of the resort like you want to. Get in the pool, just to explore the grounds, that kind of stuff. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait a while. I'm going to get away from all of this fear of missing out, which is widely known around these parts here in Orlando. When a new attraction or hotel or anything else opens up, everybody has to flock there on the first day. I've talked about this before because you know what's going to happen. They open this new Stella Nova hotel, and by next week it's slated to be demolished. You know this, right? It's only here for like 2 weeks. They're going to tear it down and then just build something else. Same with Epic Universe. They're going to be open for a week, then they're going to demolish the whole thing and then do something else. That's not really going to happen. But the way people act when this stuff opens is you would think that these are only limited engagement properties and things that are opening up. It just boggles my mind at the amount of people that flock to this. I mean, the issue is, especially with having a new channel, is you want your videos and vlogs to be seen. But they, when you're starting off and you don't have 1,000+ subscribers, or like some of these YouTubers, theme park YouTubers have been doing this a while, 100,000 plus, they're at the tip top of the algorithm. All of us beginners down here, we're just fighting for a spot here. And when you get every single Johnny-come-lately to go in there and film this hotel, you get lost in the shuffle. I mean, it is so hard to get into a place where your video is actually going to be seen thousands of times. And so I thought, you know what? I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait a while. I'm going to probably wait till the theme park is actually open, and then we'll go over and visit. Or the other option I might do is in a couple weeks, drive to Universal, park there, and then take a bus over to Stella Nova and then take a look at it. But I was this close to booking a room there, and I just said, why? Why are you going to do this? You're going to pay all this money to stay there when you got thousands of other people all doing the same thing. And it's really hard because, even though I have my own style of vlogging in that, which I'm really trying to be different, it's so hard to get that out there and have people see that, because no matter what I do, I'm lumped in with all of the other every single day, just normalized repetitive vlogs that are out there. Nothing against these people. Everybody's trying to, eventually maybe make a living off of this and have it their profession. This will always be something I do secondary because I love what I do for a living. And, you got all these people fighting for a spot, which the reality is, only a small percentage of them will actually make it into a profession if they choose to make it that way, because so many others are just going to give up on it because people don't want to wait anymore. They don't want to put the work in. And, they're just going to keep on regurgitating the same old things what everybody else is doing, and they're going to wonder why they're getting 20, 30, 40 views a time. You're not going to make any money doing that. So it really takes a creative edge to get both your vlog and your message out there. And I think that's why even with my Rock the Universe vlog that I put out the other night, I was proud of that video. One, this camera is spectacular. This is the Osmo Pocket 3 again, which this is how it's going to be for the next several years probably. I don't see a camera beating this unless they come out with a Pocket 4 that's even better. But I'll take one day and I'll get like a special setup, and I'll have the Pocket 3 that we're filming on, and then we'll bring out the old G7X Mark II again, and we'll put them side by side, and you can actually see it's impressive when you see the difference in the two. But it's just frustrating when you're trying to really put something out there to entertain people, and you're trying to be different. Like with the Rock the Universe, very few people covered that. And, while I did get some views, it didn't get what I thought it would. And it might pick up later on in a few days. Who knows? But I truly enjoyed making that. Plus, I enjoyed the experience. I had no idea what I was getting into when I got that ticket for that. But that was one of the neatest experiences I've had in a while. So I was very, very pleased that I went to see that. But back to Stella Nova here. I decided we're not going to go right now. But what I will do is I'll give my thoughts and opinion based on what I've seen so far. All right? It'd be funny. We're going to be lighthearted with this because everybody out there is being so freaking serious on this. They're like, oh my gosh, they're giving these food reviews like I've said before. Everybody all of a sudden, jumps into a phone booth and turns into Gordon Ramsay, Graham Elliott, Joe Bastianich, or any of these other, high-profile professional chefs and that. And they're all master tasters now. They've all got their degrees in culinary arts, and they have the expertise on tasting food. So now we're eating food and sampling it and giving it a food review as if it's some Michelin star restaurant. Or if the food they're eating at this value resort, which Stella Nova is, it's like along the lines of a Cabana Bay or Endless Summer dockside at Universal. But they're giving these food reviews like they're reviewing Michelin star food, and it's not. This is just generalized hotel food meant for you to shove in your face when you get back from a theme park and you're exhausted and starving, or you wake up and you're rested and starving and you need a really good breakfast to give you energy to go enjoy said theme park. That's all it's there for. And there's a couple bars there to get you drunk, and so you can enjoy and lighten up on your vacation. But everybody is like, they went right into their Epcot food festival modes. And like I said, they brought out their Joe Bastianiches and their Graham Elliots, and they're all in there, I think this has got a little bit of sweet on the front of the tongue, and then it gets bitter toward the back. But I really hated it because I don't know, I didn't like it. This tastes like hotel food. Hotel food. Got it. I'll keep that in mind. So what I thought we would do with this is, again, I'm going to go over some things that I saw, and then I made some clips. And we're going to have some fun with this because I'm going to show you, just how many versions of the Stella Nova Resort are out there on YouTube. And also, what I did was I selected a bunch of different vlogs of Stella Nova that people put out there, and I ran through and I just started recording and clipping segments. And just what's interesting is what people are talking about. It is like, once you've seen one vlog on this, you've seen all of them. And to be perfectly honest, one of the best vlogs probably I saw on this was from Attractions Magazine. It was like 3 or 4 minutes, short, sweet, to the point, done. But some of these YouTubers took a room tour. Now, keep in mind, what is a hotel room? 2, 3, if you're getting a nice one, 400 square feet max. Turning these little, like, a couple hundred square foot hotel rooms into like these 20, 30, 40-minute long vlogs of looking at outlets and furniture and talking about how amazed they are that the lights turn on when they walk in the room. It's incredible. Like, it's just, these people's minds were blown when they walk in and the lights come on. Oh, look at these motion censored lights. Oh, that object on the wall is a light. Like, they were literally explaining what lights were. And I really almost lost it when this one guy was filming the room at the resort, and he literally said, and right here we have the back of the door. Because you know what, ladies and gents, I don't know about you, but I've never seen the back of a door in a hotel room before. I just don't get out much, I guess. So I figured that this was perfect for a George Carlin clip. And then also I threw in another clip, and you'll see where it lands. But some of the language these people were using to describe the tiles on the exterior of the Stella Nova Resort, they read that from something. People aren't going around using this kind of jargon for everything. I mean, I'm sorry. Nothing against these creators. Everybody's just trying to, make a little extra money and run a successful channel. But my God, please be original. And if you're going to read something that another entity or individual or somebody has put out there, please cite your source. I try to do that. If I'm reading a passage from somewhere or a quote from something, I really try hard to say, this is where I'm reading it from, or this is where this came from. Because when you have about 98% of these people out there vlogging and filming everything that openly admit that because they have no other skills in life, that if they didn't have YouTube, they wouldn't be able to make a fraction of the money they make off of YouTube because they have no skills, which drives me absolutely batshit crazy, because I have a skill set that I've learned over the last 17 years that I know how to make sick people better, and I know how to save somebody's life, and I know how to fix injuries. That was perfected and honed in over many years, and I'm still learning every day. And a lot of times, these people that are out there doing this, filming the backside of doors, are making more money than I'm making. And that's where I start to get a little irritated at some of this stuff, because, things are going to have to change eventually, because people are wondering, like, where's all the healthcare workers going? Where's all the fire, police, EMS? Where's everybody going? Well, they're going to do freaking YouTube, because that's where all the damn money is. Risking your life or having the skill set to know how to save a life is just, you might as well be a dishwasher, Now, granted, most of us in the paramedic line of work, we're making somewhere between $30 and $50 an hour, which is a great living. But that gets dwarfed sometimes by what these people are making filming videos, just like I'm doing here. And what's crazy is if I get a successful enough channel that even if I go onward to be a physician assistant or even a nurse practitioner, I could make more money in one successful video than I can in an entire month being a PA or a nurse practitioner, which is insane to me. Which is why at some point, something's got to give. Because everybody's just going to go start making videos at some point. But anyway, I got a little sidetracked on that. But when you have this group of people that openly admits they don't have any life skills other than just filming things for YouTube, and then they go out there and they start throwing out this jargon like ubiquitous melancholy or whatever else they're using, it's like, come on, man. You didn't come up with that on your own. You read that somewhere. Like, don't insult our intelligence as viewers here. You can tell the people that are bright up here that have the high vocabulary level. And just like, no, don't Don't regurgitate words like that. You'll see it when it shows up in the vlog. And I put a little segment in there to make everybody laugh. You're gonna get a kick out of it. But anyway, with that out of the way, let's get to my thoughts on this thing. All right. So Stella Nova opened up last Tuesday in the midst of some of the worst weather, coldest weather we've seen here in Central Florida in quite a while, pretty much since Christmas of 2022, Christmas Day and the days following. So it was rainy, cold, and wet. And what's interesting is that everybody filmed these reviews on the same day because the weather's all the same in all the vlogs. And when you go inside, or when you look at these people filming this hotel, when they pan around the inside of the lobby, you see like 100, 200 other cameras just open and out. So I'm going to tell you all watching this, those of you that are not familiar with the Orlando theme park scape and the hotels and everything, my best advice to anybody that is looking to schedule a vacation to come down here, especially with some of the new parks and the hotels opening up, I'm going to tell you all, anytime there's a new hotel, new attraction, first day of something, your best bet is to avoid it and let a few days pass and then go enjoy whatever the new thing may be, because the issue is now there's so many Tom, Dick, and Harry vloggers in this area now, me included, that all of them think they have to get there on the opening day, because after day one, like I said, they're going to bulldoze it to the ground. It's no longer going to exist. And so all of these places get flooded with cameras. People pointing cameras everywhere. Like I said, a bunch of Federico Fellinis out there. And they're filming everything. And so I could only imagine what a family would think that comes down here on vacation to try and experience one of these things on its opening day and being like, geez, what is going on in here? Is the president coming, or what's going on? There's cameras all over the place. And then people just, and I'm sorry, but some of them are really obnoxious. I was watching one where there was like 3 or 4 of them, and they're all walking in this big, long group, and they all got their cameras out. They're, this, that, pointing at the lights, and look at this, and here's a nice chair, and the chairs have fabric, or whatever they were saying. I mean, it's almost laughable what goes on, because realistically, when you think about it, these newer hotels, yes, they are nice, but they're basic. This is not like the Palmer House in downtown Chicago, or any of the fancy hotels overseas, or like, for example, some of the hotels that was it the Hotel Miracosta at Tokyo Disney Sea. I mean, this is a value resort that sits near Epic Universe. So I can't tell you how many times I heard the word Kronos, heard the word Stella Nova, heard the word blow dryer, iron, door, lamp, gift shop. It's like they're all going off the same script. And so I'm watching all this, and I'm like, the hotel looks nice. It really does. But, again, I got to reserve some of my thoughts and judgments till I see it in person. But overall, it looks freaking plain again. Like I keep saying, these new spaces and these new architectural interior designs, they just don't have the color. Everything's devoid of color. Now the outside of the hotel looks amazing, the way they have those tiles placed, but the inside, it's very sterile, whitewashed, and bright LED lights, which I absolutely freaking despise, those LED lights. They just give out way too much brightness, and it makes everything look sterile, like a damn hospital. And so I couldn't help but notice that, again, the lobby, while it's neat with its curvatures and all that, it's freaking sterile. It's mostly white. And then the third floor has this ceiling that is kind of neat. It's got like fiber optics in it to look like stars and constellations. It looks cool, but like everything else, there was like 180,000 people piled into the third floor all to get their Instagrams and YouTubes of this ceiling. Obviously, I'm exaggerating on the amount of people, but I could only imagine having a room somewhere in there And you got all these people traipsing around all hours of the day and night getting their Instagrams and YouTubes of this ceiling, which, again, all of this is going to eventually fade off in the coming weeks, and then it'll pretend like Stella Nova is just another resort. And then Terra Luna is going to reopen. It's going to be Terra Luna is going to open up, and it's going to be the same thing all over again. Even though it's almost a carbon copy, everybody's going to flood in there, and it's going to be the same thing. And then same with the Helios Grand, and then comes Epic Universe. But I'll get to that in a second. But back to Stella Nova. The decorations look nice, but again, there's a lot of sterile qualities with it. Like, I just don't understand why these designers can't get a little more creative with the coloring. And I get what they're trying to do, but they just need to accent things better. And you could tell it was almost like they ran out of time or ideas, because there's one area where there was a snack counter where you can order just some quick grab-and-go food. And meanwhile, the lobby is relatively nicely themed. Everything's all curved, and it looks pretty cool. But then you go over right next door, and there's a little grab-and-go counter, and everything's all squared off with 3 television screens mounted on the back wall above the counter where you can order from. And it literally looks like it was just, well, we ran out of money, let's just slap something together. It doesn't match any other part of the hotel. And a lot of this is my interior design / architectural brain working, having done things like this before. I didn't do it for a long time, but right after college I did. And this stuff drives me crazy when I see it. So, from the lobby and that, it just looks a little sterile. And it just amazes me how nobody really commented on any of this. Just everything is great. But that's the problem, though, when you get on these media lists and you get these media invites. While it's nice because you get a lot of cool stuff paid for by the company that's inviting you, but you've got a certain line you got to walk, and you step out of that line, you're going to lose all that. So there could be the worst experience in the world, and everybody's going to be like, oh, it's the greatest ever. It could have holes in the ceiling and could be raining inside, which apparently had happened in the lobby the next day. There had water leaks from the rain, and somebody was driving a forklift or a scissor lift truck through the main lobby because people were down there videoing and vlogging, and you hear this meep, 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 and these big construction equipment pieces moving through there. And, it is part of the ongoing construction, but it just shows, though, just very similar to Volcano Bay, this place wasn't ready for people yet either. And I don't like the excuse that was given in a lot of these videos. Well, it's opening day. No, everybody paid a lot of money to be there. It was $200 some a night, which, again, seeing some of these videos, I'm like, yeah, if I'm going to spend that kind of money, they got to work some of these kinks out. Like, we're not doing this. But then also, to be fair, some of these YouTubers were acting like freaking crybabies too, because, let's face it, some of these people are weak like circus lemonade. And I'm just going to say that. That was a term that was given to us when I used to be in automotive sales, and they were saying, be strong as a salesperson. You don't want to be like circus lemonade. And we're like, well, what's circus lemonade? They're like, it's weak. It's a fraction of sugar and the rest water. It's all watered down. It's weak. So you got to be a strong salesperson. You got to know how to close the deals. Don't be weak like circus lemonade. So every time I see some of these people, it just reminds me of that circus lemonade speech. But they started complaining about some of the pretty stupid things, in my opinion. Apparently none of them can sleep well. I guess they're just so used to being in completely sealed off environments with no light, no nothing, and that's the only way they can sleep, because everybody was complaining about the tiles, the colored tiles. Apparently they're some kind of they're made out of aluminum type material, and they're almost like a hollow sound, but when the rain was hitting those tiles, it was creating like a tapping effect, and everybody jumped to the gun there to record the sound of the tapping on the exterior of the building. And of course, every room is on the exterior of the building, so all these people are recording this, and I actually have a clip of that. It's hard to say, though, who's full of shit and who isn't, because you can always elevate the audio on some of these recordings that people do to make it sound worse than what it is. To me, hey, if I hear that kind of sound or it's raining outside, man, I'm asleep in 30 seconds. I do not care. But these people, so one of them even complained about, I'm just going to drive home and go to sleep because I can't sleep here. I mean, come on, my man. Like, kind of man up a little bit, will you? Just close your eyes and go to sleep. But no, they all got to have perfect conditions. And apparently one of them was complaining that a sliver of light was coming through the door. But if your eyes are closed, you're not going to see the sliver of light. Am I correct? Yes? So some of this stuff was a little insane to hear about, but some of it was legit. Yes, you probably shouldn't be moving heavy-duty construction equipment through a lobby where you got guests walking. That's not the best look. That is very reminiscent of Volcano Bay and how that was when that opened up. There was active construction going on in Volcano Bay when it first opened. I was there, and that experience is why I will never go to an opening day of anything brand new ever. Never, never, never. And a lot of these and the thing is when that happened, not a lot of people, including myself, were vlogging at the time. There was very few people doing that. And so there's very limited vlogs out about that. And Volcano Bay did not have a specialized preview or anything. They just opened the water park. And it went from slides breaking down constantly to the Tapu Tapu ride reservation system not working right, to there were live wires on the ground in one area because a lot of guests kept complaining that their feet were tingling when they walked by a certain area. And upon further investigation, there was a live wire on the concrete. Thank goodness nobody got zapped to the point where it rendered them unconscious and hurt them. But there was enough to feel tingling. And that went on, and there was a lot of raw wood, like the stairs that led you to the water slides weren't done. The wood wasn't finished. It was still a lot of sharp wood with splinters everywhere, and there was nothing, like no grip on them. Nothing. I mean, Volcano Bay was, while it is a beautiful and amazing water park now, its first few months and few days of operation were a complete disaster. And I was at Volcano Bay for a grand total of 2.5 hours that day. I was there to see a little bit of the opening ceremonies. And from that point on, everything just went downhill. And I just finally had said, enough is enough. I'm not doing this. I mean, the ride for the Krakatoa Aqua Coaster was like 8.5 hours long because it kept breaking down. And then the other slides, the same thing, 2, 3, 4 hour waits for these slides with these Tapu Tapu things. You tap in and say, yeah, come back in 5.5 hours. The lazy rivers weren't functioning right. Like just everything it was bad. And so I took that and I always remembered that. And so far it's been correctly because the same thing happened again. Stella Nova was put under a little bit of pressure because they had to get this thing open by January 21st. And they didn't do any previews, no test stays, no nothing. And so the very first time they opened that hotel to guests was the very first day of operation. And guess what? Things weren't ready. Hot water didn't work. Cold water didn't work. Sludge was coming out of the pipes because they hadn't properly been, ran out yet where they wash that crap out. A lot of the newness was happening, what you would expect. And so guess what's going to happen at Terra Luna? The same damn thing. And guess what's probably going to happen at Helios Grand and Epic Universe? I'm going to tell you something. Epic Universe opening day, I'm going to sit back like this, and I'm going to watch it on somebody's live stream because I can promise you what's going to happen. You're going to have thousands of people there, all with their cameras, just like what happened the other day. And they're all going to be vlogging and giving their own personal spin on this thing, on this new theme park, which is going to be amazing, mind you. But I promise you, opening day probably will not be amazing because if you look at where the construction is and look at the timeline to opening, they still are not, they're not done yet. I would say they're about 90% done. And this park has to be open by May 22nd. The date has been set. You can't go back on that. And so they realistically have February, March, April, and a few days of May. They got about 3.5 months to get this whole thing done. I mean, there's still concrete that needs to be poured yet. There's a lot that needs to be done when you look at the overall construction. And so what I predict is going to happen is they're going to open up Epic Universe on opening day, and everybody's going to rush in there, and the rides aren't going to work right. Everybody's going to be standing around, and the cash registers and the cashiers and the team members are all going to get bombarded with guests that are unhappy because nothing's working right. And then Universal's going to owe a lot of people a lot of money because they're pissed. I'm telling you, I'm seeing into the future right now. Maybe I'm wrong, and I will come back and apologize for what I said because this will be on YouTube. But I'm telling you, as sure as I'm sitting here, exactly what's going to go on, because we just saw it with Stella Nova, and it'll probably happen with Terra Luna, and same thing with Helios Grand and Epic Universe. These places are going to be beautiful and amazing, all right? That's not the issue. But anytime a major theme park, hotel, anything opens, it's going to have its growing pains. And that's nothing against the companies building them or the construction or whatever. It's just part of the process. You know, you can test a ride all you want with the water dummies, but let's face it, those are all designed to equal 175, 180 pounds each. All of us are different weights. And you put that into the cars, and the system doesn't recognize it, and it shuts down or whatever goes on. There's always something that can happen and will happen. And the maintenance is still learning the rides. You know, there's a whole bunch of things that need to be figured out. Plus, these rides need to get fine-tuned. Look how long Hagrid's took to get fine-tuned to where it runs pretty regularly now. I mean, it took months. Opening day, it was down constantly. And that line stretched across Universal for like 10 hours or more. And the same thing with everything else. You know, so that is why I will not be there and why I don't do opening day one stuff anymore. Because of that reason. My money is way too valuable for me to just show up there and throw away all that money just to say, oh, I was there opening day. You didn't do anything, but I was there. I would rather wait and then spend my money to a place where I can actually do something and enjoy it, and then talk about it and give a really good review. That's how I want to do it. But I tell you, I will never forget that Volcano Bay experience, and I wish I'd have been vlogging at that point, because it would have been just like a few others that were out there. I remember Tim Tracker sitting down there with his camera on his vlog, and he just put his head in his hand like this. He goes, it's a rough day here at Volcano Bay. He was like, nothing's working right. It's a disaster. And a lot of them said the same thing. So, but it's amazing how short memories people have, because they went right back to this place on a day one where it hadn't opened at all yet. And yet they're acting surprised because all this stuff is wrong with it. You know, just everybody needs to calm down. Take a breath, calm thyself. Woosah, woosah. Say it all together. So, with all that, you know, my overall impression of Epic Universe, or of Stella Nova, is it looks nice. It's a value resort. This thing isn't some 5-star luxurious hotel resort. This is not a Lowe's. This is not a Lowe's Portofino Bay type place, you know, which is stunning over at Universal. You know, this is not a Wilderness Lodge at Disney, which is, again, is stunning. This is a value resort. This is just literally meant to show up, put your stuff in the room, grab something to eat, go enjoy the pool in the nice hot tub and get a drink or whatever, and then go to the theme park. That's all this is. This isn't, they're treating it like it's this 5-star fancy-ass resort that didn't meet anybody's expectations. And, of course, there are a lot that say, oh, it's wonderful, it's nice, but then there's some that just are like, this place sucks. You know, so you got to look. It depends on the light you're looking at it. And it's just, again, it's amazing the talking points. I can't tell you how many times I've heard the word gift shop, iron, closet, backside of a door, faucet, lights, window, bed. I mean, you know, just... I find it interesting, too, because everybody has to talk their way through these vlogs now. And that is one thing I'm trying not to do when I'm giving a tour of something. I may give my own spin on something, but do you really need to tell me you're looking at a dresser or a bed? I mean, I'm pretty sure the majority of people know what a freaking bed is, or what a dresser looks like, or what the knobs for a shower might be, or a shower head. I'm pretty sure what people know what a shower head is even, and I promise you, pretty much everybody knows what the back of a door looks like. I might be wrong, but hey. Just when I heard that, I literally wanted to get up and like grab something and just like smash it. I was so angry like internally because I'm like, this is the content that's out there. And I could go out there and do something that's amazing and it's just going to get washed up with the rest of them until we can build the channel better and get into that algorithm. So we'll try to get into the algorithm this way. Maybe this will be better. So let's not waste any more time. Let's go get into this, Stella. No, let me show you some of the stuff I captured here. So we're going to watch this together. We're going to put this up right over here. And I'm going to show you why I didn't do a video on this. Let's take a look. Watch this. All right, here we go. Let's see. Let's take a look at the list. This isn't all of them. This is some of them. But we're going to type in Stella Nova here and watch what happens. Here we go. Okay. Still going. My goodness. What's interesting is some of these videos have like 104,000 views, and then some of them have like 4. But that's what I'm saying. It's all about the algorithm. You know, these smaller channels just, you don't have a chance with some of these. So my hope is that by the time all this insanity settles down, I can do a really fun one, and then maybe we can get into the algorithm a little bit. Still going. Oh, there's some more. So you can see what I was talking about. Just see that. I think there's a few more on here. Hi. Still going. Oh, there's that ceiling. All right, there you go. That's everything. Well, not everything. That's only a small segment. I could have gone on for another 20 minutes scrolling up with all of the Stella Nova stuff. So here's the next one that we're gonna do. This is the mishmash of everything I put together. And actually, we could have a little fun with this. If you want to have a drinking game out of this, drink every time somebody says Stella Nova or just gives you the name of an object that we already know about, like a lamp or a bed or a dresser or anything for that matter. Probably get pretty drunk. So let's go have us a little fun here. And let's throw this on up here onto the screen. And let's take it away. All right, so without wasting any more time, let's throw a video up here. Let's have some fun with this. Like I said, remember what I said. drink if they say Stella Nova or mention a object that we all know what it is, but they decide they feel the need to point it out anyway. All right, let's get rolling on this. Let's have some fun.
Everywhere you go now, there's some dick, some yo-yo, some putz, and he is going to tape everything. Doesn't anyone in this country just stop and look at things anymore? Sort of take them in, maybe even remember them? Is that just a strange notion? Does experience have to be documented and brought home and saved on a shelf? And do people really watch this shit? Are people's lives so bankrupt they sit at home looking at things they already did? These guys are so intense, and they all think they're Federico Fellini. You ever seen them here with this shit? Low angles, zooms, and pans, and it's the same ugly 3 children in every goddamn shot.
Pulling in to Universal Orlando for the first time.
We're gonna start it out with old KP.
We are on Epic Universe.
I know a few
property.
of these people. Some of these people I don't. I just
Stella
found this all
Nova.
at random.
We're in line to check in here. We're checked in here, by the way. It's $30. Tank top. Oh, that's a nice shirt.
The tank top.
Let me check in here behind. Yeah, can I? Yeah. Oh my. Here's a look. Ooh, ice, water bottle, filter. That's just me personally. Like, I want a rope drop. I want to walk over there. No balcony. If there's anything in here. Nope. We're gonna be the first guests to did. Otherwise, we would see the steam like. Fried chicken sandwich, huh?
It is finally here. Stella Nova, the Cosmos Market is fantastic. You're gonna get a buzzer, and once it's ready, look at the lights turn on as you walk. Inner germaphobe. A nice amount of outlets, and of course this hidden one it looks like a potato. And here's a look at the pool. I'll insert a video here.
This is the sound of the rain.
Very comfortable.
Nobody
try
could
for the
sleep
vlog,
because
so
of that.
here we go. So okay, now I'm gonna film a few more Stella tastes. It's pretty tasty.
The first Epic Universe Hotel is now open. I want this in my kitchen. Whoa, do you see the lights turn on with my motion? I really like this because it's a regular, beautiful hotel room. Throw pillows are not something you see a lot. This piece of furniture against the wall I really want to talk about. Right now, it is just construction and theming elements. Ironing board. I am a big fan of the design of our bathroom. I would call that prime. Your shower controls here, unique. They feel comfortable. You pull up to this porte-cochere that does have starlights. A solid chunk. There's this. Of course, you've got your standard resort gift shop. There's so many chairs. Mixed sauce, all on a brioche bun. Chilly out here. So I'm gonna head back inside. That are very trafficky. Burgers, they've got pizzas.
That, my dude's newest hotel, Stella Nova. Beautiful chandelier, just a lot of different seating areas. String backpack, a little stand where you can get your straws and your sugars. There is our
counter with
from
things on
the
it.
Cosmos Cafe. Though, like very, very oily in there. Can I have a hug? Oh. The scale and towels in here as well. Oh my gosh, and they give headphones for tour of that hotel as well. There is a ramp for you to get down if you cannot do the steps. And like fancy water, that's fun. All the details of Stella Nova Resort's room. When you first walk in, you have your entryway. It's a little dark because there's no light right there. At Cabana Bay, you get VO5 because it fits with like the theme, but this is legit. Not like too soft, not too rough. You need to like have a space where you need to do work. Turning around on the other side, we have our 2 queen beds. Very, very long time. The tip of Frankenstein. Better time planning when they hear other people's opinions.
We are at the grand opening of the Epic Universe Resort, Stella Nova. The vibes are already vibing in here. And not only is there a Cosmos Market, there is a Cosmos Cafe. And yes, don't worry, they still have the sweet stuff. I don't think that this is looking very promising. It's like very thin and like not very thick.
It's hotel food.
If it's house made. I think Travis is ready to do a little shopping in their gift shop for the dark universe area of the park.
modern space technology device in here.
This newfangled space age thing.
Oh,
Look at that.
nice. For $16, how to bring a really, really good cocktail.
Yeah.
There's room for all of us, right, TJ?
Before we end this night, there's one more place that we have not checked out here at Stella Nova.
It's moving.
It's a little squishmallow.
So today's an exciting day. We've just checked into Universal Orlando's newest resort, the Stella Nova. Here's the back of the door. There's a peephole right here. And there's an additional security lock right here, a sheet as well. And there's a decent amount of, all right, now this is the bathroom area. Hair dryer. It's got a super heavy sliding glass door. Feels nice and solid. So the floor in this room is all vinyl. Little circle things on the wall are actually lights for that as well. And this switch right here is going to be
light
for the
switch.
lights, USB and USB-C ports. I really do like this little
Outlets.
seating area. Apps and so this is very exciting, guys. It's just the beginning. May 22nd can't come sooner when Epic Universe officially opens.
Adventure in the history of mankind, the exploration of deep space.
They've got the flag up now, and you can see the stars and stripes.
Getting into the astronaut stuff now.
To Epic Universe. Now, while Epic Universe is not yet
goodness.
open, this space-themed resort is.
Thank you so much.
Meeting and greeting a Men in Black dog.
You have ironing board, iron, luggage holders.
Coming into the bathroom, it's just basic. You have your mirror, you have your shower, a nice walk-in shower.
Cool though, look at that, like, it looks like a mushroom.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. You have like a lamp. Apparently there's a restaurant, there's a store. That's so fun. It looks like the walkways at Epcot they used to have on the floor. Yeah.
That was cool to see, but now back to the lobby we go.
We didn't have Donkey Kong one?
It's only $20, and then come back over here and sit, enjoy the pool.
It's pretty simple from what I understand. I do like the chairs here though. These are all like fabric. It kind of looks like it's like hard, but this is all soft. This is what the astronauts eat. But like these tiles are like very cool to look at.
There's the
These
tiles.
tiles exhibit a dichroic effect.
Isn't it a little esoteric?
Esoteric? Could it mean sexy?
I think it's a science term.
Fellas, esoteric means delicious.
Lois, who's the boss is not a food?
Swing and a miss.
Causing their colors to shift based on lighting conditions.
Backstage look, I'm looking at the back of Super Nintendo. To me, like, it was so exciting. It was so cool. It's a little busy here today, but I suspect it's a lot of people like me who are trying to make videos about the brand new hotel.
It is now 6 a.m. in the morning here at Stella Nova.
We might kind of jump a little bit. So this is Stella Nova Resort.
So we're gonna start this video off with what people wanna see the most. This is the room tour of my room at Stella Nova. You're gonna be using these very cool dressers. This stay here at Stella Nova for us is a little bit more of a staycation. We've got our dogs at a dog hotel.
All right. There's everything. So that was kind of my little mashup I did. Again, that was just a select few that I took. I mean, you could make that last for hours of just the same old thing over and over again. But I must say, I highly doubt this one young lady here knows what the hell the word dichroic means. Come on, man. Don't insult our intelligence. I highly doubt that she walked up without any looking at anything and said, you know what? Those tiles emit quite the dichroic effect. I mean, why not throw ubiquitous melancholy in there with that? Which is why I had to throw in the Family Guy clip, because I'm like, this just goes together. But, I mean, come on. I hate when people just read stuff like that. Make it your own dichroic. Make it the hell out of here. Freaking dichroic. That's going to be the word from now on. Oh, that's dichroic. Kind of like esoteric. So that was a little bit of Stella Nova. In about a matter of 8 or 9 minutes of that, you all could see what I was just talking about in the moments leading up to that. It's a nice looking hotel, but again, it's a hotel. It's a hotel next to a theme park. I'm sure it's cool. And again, I will stay there at some point. It ain't going to be this day. And it ain't going to be tomorrow, but at some point it will happen because I want to experience it. And I really want to see the Helios Grand. But again, not day one. Oh, no. Same with Epic Universe. We'll get there eventually. And if I have to do this again for these newer hotels opening up, I will. Hey, much easier to showcase this stuff from home, and we have a little fun. Also, I need to make the point clear, too. I'm not making fun of these people. I'm just trying to prove a point that everybody's doing the same exact thing, and that is why I've been trying so hard to turn this channel into something a little bit different. Now, I can't promise you that every time I won't do what everybody else is doing, but I'm really trying, just even using different wording and looking at things from a different point of view. You know, there's always different ways to do things, and that's why I'm trying so hard to sit and think, like, how can I do this differently? You know, even with the hotel rooms, literally, some of these people turn this ordeal into 18, 20, 30, 40, 50 some minutes for a 200, 300, 400 square foot room. I mean, what is there to look at? Bed, dresser, curtains, window, TV, shitter, mirror, bathroom, shower, door, done. What'd that take? 30 seconds, if that? I mean, come on, man. So I can promise you, I stay there at some point, I'm going to give you a mat room tour. If you don't know what a mat room tour is, go look at my video I did from the SeaWorld, the DoubleTree at SeaWorld. That one's funny. It's meant to make people laugh. I'm like, oh, look, the door's got these complimentary hinges on it. We actually have a door. We have mattresses on the bed. They actually went the extra mile and gave us plumbing, indoor plumbing, which we have hot and cold running water. You know, I made it interesting. Oh, and by the way, they gave us complimentary electricity so things could run in the room. And then also, there was a roof over our heads as well. So if you don't know what a funny Matt hotel room review is, go watch that one. I kind of made some humor out of it because of this kind of crap. People point out the backside of a door. Like, we don't have to narrate everything. Point the camera at something and just let people look. Like, I've noticed that with these vloggers and live streamers, and sometimes I have to catch myself as well because people start narrating everything. Oh, we're panning over here. There's a wall. There's a bookshelf. There's books on the bookshelf. There's the gift shop. There's shirts hanging on the rack, on clothes hangers, on a curtain or on a rod. And there's shelves filled with gifts and toys, and the toys look like, you know, I mean, they just keep narrating everything. You don't have to do that. People know what they're looking at. Just give them a nice picture to look at and give them good quality sound. That's what I've learned. But just shut up for a minute and let the ambiance work. That is my biggest thing with a lot of this. Let the ambiance do the talking. That speaks more volumes than anything you could ever say sometimes. Now, humor goes a long way, but you don't have to be so damn, like, all in it all the time. Like, just relax, have some fun with it. And that's how you get more views. Because eventually it's going to catch on. People are going to start paying attention and be like, this is way different. This is actually funny to watch, but I'm learning something. So that's it, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know if you want to see more like this, honestly. Because if you do, it takes a while to do, but I'll in between theme parking and doing other stuff, I will figure out a way to do this. So let me know if you like this. Subscribe to the channel if you like it. Want to see more? Go look back at some of my older videos. Like I said, you want to see me give a really detailed, hilarious hotel room review? Watch the room review I did with the DoubleTree by Hilton at SeaWorld Orlando. That's a good one. I'll see you all very soon, everybody. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Again, give this a thumbs up. It shoves it up the algorithms. You know what? Gets us up to the front of the line. It's been the truth. It's been actual. And I hope for all you watching out there is mighty Stella Nova review. Satisfactual. Oh, by the way, if you drank every time I said drink on that last video I ran, you're probably trashed by now. See ya.